Hey guys, let's talk about how you can 25x a card price and like 25x your value out of cards. And this is real. This is legit and people are going to buy it. So it's not a scam. It's just about convenience essentially. So let's grab this card, this random card that's common. Say that card's a penny. Okay? But they want this card that's $18. If you have this card that's a penny listed at 25 cents and they need to buy this $18 card and they need that penny card, they're just going to add it to this order. Because why would they go to someone else and buy this single card, pay $1 to have it shipped when they're already getting a package from you? So they technically are saving 75 cents because 25 cents compared to a penny plus 99-cent shipping, they're saving 75 cents. But you're getting 25 cents out of a penny card. And people will do that all day, every day. And the more your inventory grows, like once you get sets from all years and variety of cards, it's likely they'll order 10 or 20 of those what would be 1 penny cards at 25 cents each when they use the cart optimizer, because at checkout they get a cart optimizer. They can say from fewest sellers, so they get less packages and they will just buy from you, because no one wants to order 20 cards from 20 people when they can just get it in one package from you, and they're going to pay 25 cents each for all those cards, and that's $5. Now, they spent $5 on 20 cents worth of cards, and it works. It really does work. It's just about convenience. I mean, and not everybody has a local card store they can just go buy from. And if you do, you should check out your local card store, because you'll probably find a lot of good deals there. And if you don't, well, then you just got a bad card store. But yeah, that's why I'm just like, list everything at 25 cents. Don't list it at a penny. And I know there's some sellers that do list at a penny, but here's what's going to happen when you list stuff at a penny. Because I've tested every price amount, and here's what happened when I set my stuff super low. I got an order for like 300 cards, and it was a $5 order. You know how much labor and time it takes to pick those 300 cards? Like, and then just besides that, you're spending $5 on a bubble mailer to ship that. And that's what's going to happen when you list those cheap cards. And then you're getting a bunch of 10 and 15 card orders that are 10 or 15 cents. You get a 10 card order and all of them are at 25 cents, you're getting $2.50 instead of 10 cents. And that's honestly the best way to do it. And I mean, you can test different stuff. Like, if none of your stuff is moving at 25 cents, you can try to go back and change it to 20 cents. And the more inventory you have, the more likely stuff is going to move at a certain price. Now, I have like 60,000 cards in inventory. But once I got up to like 10,000, things were moving a lot better because I had more variety. Sometimes people need a card from the brand new set, and they also want a card from the second or third set ever released. And if you have both those cards in your inventory, they will buy from you. And it's constant, like, grow your inventory. The more you have, the better it is. Not just because you have more to sell, but it's all about the purpose of like getting orders. And the reason I say that is you will always sell more the more you have and in your inventory, for one simple reason, and that is, example, the first card they look up. All right, so the first card they look up is Linkaribo here. They need that Linkaribo, and they're going to get that Linkaribo and then go and see what other items that seller has. I mean, not everybody will do that, but a lot of people do that. They'll look at the first card they see, and they will go and they'll look at the first card they see, and they will go and see what else that seller has, because they need link reboot, but they're going to browse that seller's store to get that $5 mark, because most people do the once you get to $5 you get free shipping. So they're going to browse your store and try to get to that $5 mark. If you never had that link reboot, they won't see any of your other inventory. If you didn't have the runic slumber they wanted, they won't see any of your other inventory. And unfortunately, that's just how it is. Like, you gotta have more inventory. You gotta constantly add to your inventory. Like, you can't set on the same inventory forever. Like, it don't hurt to not add any for a little while, but the more you add, the more you're gonna move. And that's just how it is. You're gonna, like, you have this card, okay, boom. That's the first card they searched out of the 10 cards they need. They're gonna go look at your inventory and find the 10 cards they need because you've listed so much inventory. And if they don't, they might find other things. They're like, oh, I didn't know this card existed, and I want it for my deck. I want it for my collection. No matter what game you're playing or what game you're selling, people need stuff. They need these cards. And even if you don't think it will sell, it will. A lot of my player base has sat here and watched and seen the cards I've sold on Tcgplayer, and they're like, why are people ordering that? And they're like, I never even heard of this card. And then they'll look around and no one in that room has ever even heard of that card. So that's kind of what happens. Like, people buy stuff you never heard of. So yes, it will sell. You will be surprised when it does. I've got really weird orders. Like, I had an order for 108 greed jars for Yu-Gi-Oh! And if anybody knows Yu-Gi-Oh!, they're going to know that greed jar is an awful card. And it's a common, right? And this guy sitting here. And that's when I had priced my inventory at 10 cents to check that out. Because I've tested all the options of, like, 5 cents, 10 cents, no limit, 25 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents. I've tested everything. Now, I had it at 10 cents, so I got $10 for 108 commons. And that blew my mind because I probably had $1 in all those. And I mean, yeah, it cost me $5 to ship it because I did ship it in a bubble mailer. It just was easier to just throw it in a bubble mailer. Say I spent $5 to ship it, and I threw it in a bubble mailer, and I got $5. Got $5 after shipping costs, right? $4 profit off of $1. Like, literally, I had to count 108 copies of this card and bag it up, put it in a bubble, and I just profited $4. And it don't sound like a lot of money, but every penny counts when you're doing Tcgplayer. I don't know why I showed that card, but every penny counts. Like, you don't realize, like, how quick cheap cards add up and how quick they can sell. That's a big thing, is you're going to make a lot of money off cheap cards. And it might take some time, but the more free time you have, the more you list on Tcgplayer, the more sales you'll have. People will buy those 25-cent cards, and sometimes you're going through bulk and you find a $3 common or a $5 common, and you had no idea that card was even $3 or $5, but that just paid for a chunk of the bulk that you just picked up. So you find a $3 card in the bulk, and they add 8 more 25-cent cards to get free shipping. You just got $5 out of 9 cards. 9 cards that of the 1,000, you still have 991 more of those cards to sell. And some stuff will sit in your inventory for months. So not everything's super quick selling, but a good chunk of it is. Like, my inventory would never be at 60,000 if everything sold immediately. But one day you might wake up and one of the cards that you have 30 copies of in your inventory all sold just because someone's like, hey, this card from 2008 randomly became good. Well, I guess that don't work for the games in rotation, but still, just like one thing about Yu-Gi-Oh is it don't have rotation. So like I had a random old card I sold 20 or 30 copies of one day out of the blue. I'm like, okay. And canceling orders, okay, so don't cancel, like don't be the guy that sits there and cancels orders, right? Say a card goes from 25 cents to $5 or $3. Don't cancel all those orders and relist them. Yeah, you make more money. But if you have a penny invested in those cards, take that 25 cents and guess what? That buyer is going to leave you a 5-star review because you didn't be one of those scummy sellers that just cancel everybody's order and relist. You don't do that. And I know a lot of sellers that do that to customers and they get bad reviews and then they get bashed on Facebook or whatever, on Reddit. Like, it hurts your image. Like, yeah, you can cancel, like there will be scenarios where you have to cancel an order because you lost that card, misplaced it because you have so many cards in your inventory. That'll happen once in a while, but if a card goes up in price, it's not worth it to cancel a bunch of orders because what happens to your seller rating if you cancel 15 orders and they all give you a 1-star review? Like, no, it ruins your image. So definitely, like, if like you're making your money, like if it's selling for the price you set it at, you got it at least half that price. And if you got it at a penny and you were selling it for 25 cents, you got it for a 25th of the price. Like, you're making profit still, all right? Don't ruin your reputation for a little bit extra profit. Because if you get, say, 15 or 20 orders, right? And say that card went from 25 cents to, I don't know, $2. And like you're losing $40 on 20 orders. I don't know if I said 15 or 20, but on 20 orders you're losing $40. You don't get that $40 that you would have got. Okay. But now you have all those sellers or all those buyers coming back to you to spend more money, and they won't be scared to order from you ever again. And if you do cancel all those orders, you got those buyers leaving you bad reviews. They're not coming back to you. New buyers are coming in, looking at your profile, seeing all those reviews. They'll be scared to buy from you. So yeah, 25x your price, and don't be a shady seller. Don't cancel orders and make your money. Bulk is a realistic, like it's realistically a great way to make extra money. And it's a great way to build your seller rating so you can sell those more expensive cards. Because if you come across a $100 card and you want to sell it, well, good luck selling it if you have 4 reviews on Tcgplayer. It might still sell, but it's going to sell a lot better if you've packaged and shipped 3,000 or 4,000 common cards throughout the time. And the more orders you have, the better. And the more cards you have, the better. Like I said, it goes back to the first card they search. Like, it's that in depth if you really think about it. And you will make money. And you can 25x your penny cards. You can, your 1 cent cards, your 2 cent cards, your 5 cent cards, 10 cent cards. Make it 25 cents. They will add it to whatever order they're adding to. Now, if you're level 1 or level, like, if you're level 1, maybe not. Like, just list it cheap. Get your rating up to level 2 at least. But after that, set your 25 cent standard. Set it. And watch cards sell. And the more you list, watch more sell. It works. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for checking in, and y'all have a good one.